There is a silent intelligence within your being that never sleeps, never tires, and never bows before the problems of the material world. It reacts with surgical precision to every emotional impression that you accept as true in the silence of your soul. When you choose to elevate your highest priority above the noises of the superficial mind, something truly extraordinary begins to happen in your daily life. Most people spend an entire existence fighting an exhausting battle against external circumstances. They try to modify effects while continuing to feed the same mental causes of conflict, fear, and anxiety. They forget that the visible universe is merely an immutable mirror of their inner atmosphere. Trying to change life without changing the vibration of your mind is the same as trying to alter the reflection without touching the original object. Dr. Joseph Murphy dedicated more than 4 decades of teaching to reveal a simple and unalterable law. When you decide to seek peace of mind first, you remove the energy of fear that sustained your difficulties. There is a hidden spiritual mechanics that reacts immediately to your dominant state of mind. When you fix your heart on the rest of the divine presence, every atom of your destiny reorganizes to reflect that harmony. The barriers that seemed insurmountable in your path, the financial blockages that took away your sleep, the conflicts in your relationships, and the symptoms of exhaustion in your body begin to dissolve with astonishing ease. They do not disappear through exhausting physical effort, but through the vibrational shift of your consciousness. Putting peace of mind first does not mean ignoring your commitments or running away from your challenges. It means removing from the subconscious mind the destructive command of dread. If you spend the day nourishing the uncertainty of tomorrow, you are instructing the deep mind to produce more scarcity and disturbance. The subconscious mind is an infinitely obedient, fertile soil that does not debate the logic of your thoughts. It accepts what you feel in silence as an irrevocable command. It cultivates with equal vigor the seed of anguish and the seed of absolute peace. The concept of the matrix of divine rest, a sacred principle that we study deeply here at Subconscious Code, demonstrates that exterior reality does not respond to your desperate prayers. It responds exclusively to the frequency where you dwell when no one is looking. When your inner self reaches a state of absolute rest in the certainty of good, the physical world is forced to align itself with this new frequency. The doors that remained locked for years open without the need for any force. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. The peace of God governs my mind and dissolves all barriers now. Think of the story of Harold Montgomery, a 48-year-old civil engineer living in the city of Philadelphia in the winter of 1958. His hands trembled as he held the bankruptcy reports upon his dark wooden desk. His construction company was facing a devastating lawsuit. Payments to suppliers were months overdue, and a constant feeling of suffocation dominated his chest. Every phone call was a new threat, and every night brought nightmares of complete ruin. Harold was completely trapped in the cycle of blind reaction. He looked at the collection letters and allowed that external scenario to dictate his identity and his mood. By feeling the panic of loss, he was engraving upon the fertile soil of his subconscious mind the command to keep losing. He tried to work 18 hours a day in the hope of resolving the crisis through brute force, but the more he fought, the more the barriers seemed to close in. Dr. Joseph Murphy guided him to immediately cease this illusion of the senses. He told Harold that as long as his inner self remained in a state of war, the outer world would never give him a truce. The guidance given to him was direct and profound. Harold was to abandon the attempt to control external events for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes before falling asleep. He was to sit in his armchair, close the doors of physical perception, and claim the peace of God as the only reality present in his being. He was to slow down his thoughts, close his eyes to the debt papers, and repeat a short phrase until his nervous system assimilated the feeling of absolute security. During the first few days, Harold's conscious mind tried to resist. Fear whispered that the exercise was a useless waste of time and that he should be on the phone trying to save his company. However, Harold remained firm. He understood that the anxiety in his heart was the root cause of his company's collapse, not a mere consequence. On the 5th night of continuous practice, while the falling snow outside covered the streets of Philadelphia, Harold reached complete inner silence. The tightness in his chest vanished completely. His breathing became calm, and a serene certainty took hold of every fiber of his mind. 4 days after achieving this vibrational stability, the opposing lawyer in the lawsuit contacted him unexpectedly. He proposed an amicable settlement with an extraordinary discount on the amount owed, allowing Harold's company to clear the debt with the funds it already possessed. That same week, a private investor approached the firm to finance a major new real estate project, bringing immediate working capital. Harold's financial and legal barriers were not knocked down by heated arguments or excessive effort. They disappeared at the exact instant his mind stopped feeding them with the vibration of dread. The result experienced by Harold was not a special privilege granted to a lucky man. It was the exact manifestation of a universal and unalterable mental law. When you establish peace of mind as the supreme value of your life, you open the direct channel between your conscious mind and the wisdom of the deep mind. The infinite intelligence residing within you possesses paths and resources that your human logic could never predict. It knows the perfect shortcuts, the right connections, and the exact solutions to any human problem. For this wisdom to begin acting in your favor, you must abandon the need to fight against the shadows. You must enter the secret chamber of your mind and claim your natural state of rest. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. My inner self remains peaceful, and my path is completely clear. Most people expend precious energy trying to tear down obstacles through the sheer force of their own will. They do not realize that the external obstacle is kept standing by the doubt they themselves feed in silence. When you transform your mental pattern, the density of problems vanishes and circumstances fall into natural order. At Subconscious Code, we constantly emphasize that your only real task is to guard the quality of your inner atmosphere. It is to keep your heart from any disturbance created by the visible world. It does not matter the tone of the news on television. It does not matter what your bank account statement shows at this moment. It does not matter what others think about your chances of victory. All these things are merely the static result of thoughts you cultivated in the past. They are projections of mental seeds that were planted in your deep mind at earlier times. If the current scene does not please your eyes, it is useless to fight against the screen. You must return to the projector of your subconscious mind and change the internal image. The mental pattern that carries the healing for your body, the abundance for your home, and the success for your endeavors can only be engraved when you dwell in the frequency of serenity. Subscribe now to the Subconscious Code channel and turn on the notification bell to keep your mind anchored in the eternal truths of the deep mind. Peace of mind is not the absence of challenges in the visible world. It is the unwavering certainty that there is an infinite presence within you that is infinitely greater than any challenge. When you stop feeding the fear of loss, you interrupt the cycle of scarcity in your daily life. When you refuse to react with panic to physical symptoms or lack of resources, your subconscious mind receives the clear signal that you trust the law. The deep mind is like the soil of the earth. The soil does not choose whether it will germinate a fruit-bearing tree or a poisonous thorn. It merely receives the seed that falls upon its surface and yields the corresponding fruit. If your conscious mind spends the day planting seeds of anxiety, doubt, and resentment, the subconscious soil has no choice but to return episodes of scarcity and conflict in your material reality. But the moment you decide to change the seed, the instant you close the windows of your senses to external confusion and affirm divine harmony, the fertile soil of your soul begins working immediately to create a new harvest. The great secret of Dr. Joseph Murphy was teaching people not to bow before apparent facts. Apparent facts are merely the past, crystallized in the present. You have the power to decree a new truth for your destiny at this very instant. It does not matter how long a barrier seems to have stood in your path. The moment your inner feeling emits the vibration of peace, the barrier loses its foundation in the invisible realm and collapses in the visible realm. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. Divine wisdom guides me, and all my paths are peace. Observe how nature operates around you with absolute ease and without a trace of tension. Trees make no effort to grow, rivers do not struggle to flow toward the ocean, and the sun does not force its light to illuminate the earth. Everything in creation operates through the law of least effort, moved by the intelligence that dwells within the structure of life. Your life only becomes a heavy burden when you attempt to resolve things through the fearful ego. When you try to push circumstances with the muscular force of anxiety, you create resistance in your own path. Mental resistance is solely responsible for creating the barriers you encounter in the physical world. It closes the door to inspiration, blocks intuition, and repels the opportunities that ought to reach you. When you release mental tension and surrender your problem to the infinite intelligence dwelling in your subconscious, resistance vanishes instantly. It is in this state of tranquil surrender that great solutions reveal themselves to you. A business idea emerges in the midst of a silent moment. A forgotten opportunity knocks on your door again, or physical healing begins to manifest in your body. The universe is not testing your capacity to suffer. The universe is merely waiting for you to step out of the path of doubt so that the natural flow of abundance may flow through you. True faith is not a desperate wish for a future miracle. True faith is the serene acceptance that the solution already exists in the realm of infinite intelligence and is on its way to your visible experience. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. My mind rests in the certainty that all good is mine now. Consider the story of Clara Vane, a 39-year-old teacher living in the city of Chicago in 1963. For over 4 years, Clara battled a chronic and debilitating migraine that doctors could not alleviate through conventional treatments. The severe headache came accompanied by a deep feeling of resentment and bitterness regarding a family injustice that had occurred after the passing of her parents. Clara spent her days mentally revisiting past arguments. She felt her chest tighten with anger, dwelled upon the harsh words she had heard, and tried to find a way to prove she was right. She did not realize that this internal emotional storm was eroding her vitality and manifesting directly in her body as intense physical pain. When Clara attended one of Dr. Joseph Murphy's lectures in Chicago, she heard a phrase that changed the course of her life. The pain in your body is the cry of your subconscious, asking for forgiveness and peace of mind. Dr. Murphy explained to Clara that her harbored resentment acted like a continuous poison injected into the deep mind. As long as she maintained the vibration of bitterness, the healing presence of her subconscious could not restore the tissues of her body. The instruction given to her was clear and simple. Clara was to cease all judgment against her family and dedicate her nights to cultivating inner peace. She was to lie in her room, close her eyes, and mentally repeat the word peace, feeling the wave of tranquility permeate her thoughts until she fell asleep. During the first few nights, the memory of the past tried to return to disturb her mind. But whenever a thought of anger surfaced, Clara said to herself, "I release this resentment to the healing presence, and I choose peace." She replaced the desire to be right with the decision to live in peace. At the end of 2 weeks of continuous practice, one night marked her transformation. Clara felt a profound relief in her chest, as if a massive weight had been lifted off her shoulders, and slept peacefully for 10 straight hours. Upon waking the next morning, the constant headache had vanished completely. The migraines that had tormented her for 4 years never returned. Clara's healing did not come from a radical external intervention. It happened the instant she cleansed the soil of her subconscious from the poison of resentment and allowed peace of mind to govern her being. When you clear the channel of your subconscious from all bitterness, the energy of life flows once more without any obstruction. There is no physical, financial, or emotional problem that can withstand the power of a mind purified by peace. When the psalmist wrote, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil," he was describing precisely this state of spiritual immunity. He did not say that the valley did not exist. He affirmed that his mind would not accept the terror of the valley as an absolute truth. That is exactly what you must do from this day forward regarding any difficulty that tries to steal your sleep. You look at the external storm and declare your mental independence. You understand that the outer world is merely the manifestation of the inner cause, and by changing the cause, the effect is forced to transform. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. I forgive the past and accept absolute peace in my present now. Learn to be the conscious guardian of your deep mind, Do not allow any word of doubt, any defeatist comment, or any frightening diagnosis to take root in your inner temple. If someone tells you that times are tough or that your goal is impossible, smile silently and refuse that suggestion in your heart. Say to yourself, that may be the truth for the world, but it is not the truth for the law of my mind. You are the only thinker in your universe. No one can place a thought in your head without your conscious permission. When you assume total responsibility for your spiritual atmosphere, you become the absolute master of your own destiny. You cease to be a victim of circumstances and become the conscious creator of your own reality. And it all begins with the simple, firm, and unwavering decision to put peace of mind first, above all things. You already possess the necessary power to dissolve the mountain of problems that seems to block your horizon. The only thing missing is allowing the infinite intelligence that dwells in your soul to take the helm of your life. Scientific prayer is not a desperate plea made to a distant God. It is the serene and convicted claim that the solution already exists in the invisible realm and is materializing in your present reality. At this very moment, while the external world continues its noisy rush, you can close the doors of your physical senses and enter the secret chamber of your own consciousness. It is in this environment of silence and devotion that life's most extraordinary miracles are conceived. It is there that the flesh is rebuilt, destiny is reorganized, and abundance is decreed with divine authority. Let us bow our minds in a scientific prayer of power and liberation. Make this moment a definitive turning point in your physical and spiritual journey. Feel the presence of the Creator filling every space of your environment. Calm your breathing and allow your chest to expand with a deep, unwavering sense of peace. The infinite intelligence that created the universe is the only real force in my being. Its power is absolute, its wisdom is boundless, and its love for me is eternal. I surrender all my fears, all my doubts, and all the anxieties of my conscious mind into the hands of the healing presence dwelling in my subconscious. I know and declare with absolute certainty that perfect health now fills every cell, every organ, and every tissue of my physical body. Divine energy flows freely through me, dissolving any pain, any fatigue, and any symptom of discord. Infinite harmony governs my mind, my relationships, and my affairs. All my doors are open to the abundant prosperity of the Creator. Money is a divine idea that circulates freely in my life. It comes to me in unlimited quantities, through blessed and righteous paths, allowing me to live in abundance and be a blessing to everyone around me. No shadow of the past has power over my present. I forgive everyone who ever hurt me and release my soul to live in the light of love and truth. The peace of God, which passes all human understanding, guards my heart and my mind now and forevermore. And so it is. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. The divine answer has already manifested, and victory is mine now. The great transformation of your life requires only 3 simple, yet deeply revolutionary movements in your daily posture. The first movement is transformative repetition. You must expressly refuse to feed the internal monologue of defeat and resentment. Whenever your conscious mind tries to drag you back into doubt, fear, or the counting of obstacles, repeat the divine truth until the illusion completely loses its power. Replace every thought of panic with a serene affirmation of confidence in the perfect law of the subconscious mind. Remember that the drop of water pierces the rock not by force, but through constant repetition. The second movement is your declaration of divine identity. You must stop viewing yourself as a helpless victim of circumstances or the market. You are not a limited being struggling against a hostile world. You are the rightful heir to the Creator's abundance, a living expression of infinite intelligence manifested on earth. From today on, walk with your head held high, your shoulders relaxed, and with the internal attitude of one who knows they possess full control over the projection of their own destiny. Say this out loud, or repeat it silently in your heart. I am the heir to divine abundance, and nothing shall I want. The third movement is your inner call to action before sleeping. This is the most valuable practical instruction that Dr. Joseph Murphy left us to reprogram the deep mind. Tonight, as you lie in your bed, when gentle drowsiness begins to envelop your body and your conscious mind slows down, do not take bills to be paid, difficult diagnoses, or daily arguments into your sleep. Turn off electronic devices, close your eyes to the appearances of the physical world, and place your right hand over the center of your chest. Feel the calm beat of your heart and repeat a single word or short phrase, like a lullaby for your soul. Peace, prosperity, victory. Repeat slowly, without rush, feeling the weight of each letter and the vibration of relief that this truth brings to your nervous system. Do this until you fall completely asleep. Allow your subconscious mind to work during the hours of sleep to build the wonderful reality you will contemplate at dawn. If this message touched your soul and brought clarity to your path, like this video and subscribe now to the Subconscious Code channel. Turn on notifications to receive daily the spiritual nourishment that will keep your mind connected to the laws of absolute power. Peace reigns within you. Your barriers have vanished. Your future is bright.